Welcome back, once again adventurers, to Let's Play Robotics Notes Elite. In the last episode, Kaito pretty much risked his life to achieve the final flag conditions for reaching the second Kimijima Report. And on top of that, the intensity of the typhoon was more than enough to trigger his slow-mo condition. But even with all that, Kaito was able to achieve his goal. Not to mention the fact that Akio, along with the others, turned up at a very crucial moment to rescue him from said typhoon. But now, I believe the conditions should have been set. All that's left to do is actually to find where the report is being stashed, although I have a feeling that it's probably in Uchugaoka Park, same as the first one, considering that's where the flag conditions were also set. But anyway, it is a very, very blue sky. The typhoon passed through Honshu that evening. It's perfect outside, almost like nothing ever happened. The sky is clear and blue, that it is. Hooray for us.
Tadaima.
As soon as I get to my bedroom, I plop down on my bed. Come to think of it, I think this is the first time in which we've actually seen Kaito's room. Let's have a look. Yeah, fairly interesting. Seems that he has a Raging Bull poster, which is the same iconography as Doc Fujita. On top of that, he appears to have a rather nifty looking CRT monitor there in his covered space. All in all, a fairly nice room, if I do say so myself. Yeah, that typhoon, not to mention the effects of slow-mo, would seriously have taken it out of you there, Kaito. I'd love to lie down, but I know I'll crash if I do, so I resist the urge. Last night, Akio rescued me from the tower in the middle of the typhoon. Albeit not wearing a raincoat either. It wasn't long before Dad, mine, and a bunch of other people from the area popped up. It was a big deal. Indeed it is. The two of us were brought safely down, and after being put on an IV at the hospital, I got to go home the next day. In the afternoon, I'm supposed to visit the neighbors with my family to thank them and to apologize for the trouble. Something tells me you'll be apologizing all day. But since I was dying to get report number 2, I made a beeline for Uchugaoka Park first thing in the morning. Oh yeah, we went through hell and beyond, and I'm not talking passion fruit hell this time. My hard work last night paid off. The flag for the dome switch was set properly. That's good to know, considering that you left it for 4 hours instead of just the 1 hour there, Kaito. All that was left was to clear the go-kart course in under 30 seconds and report the record via IIUO geotag. It was easy. I just went to the go-kart area, wrote a fake record into the geotag there, and voila. The problem came after all of that. What now? After setting all the flags, Kimijima Report No.2 most definitely appeared somewhere. Define somewhere, Kaito. But since I had no clue where that somewhere was, I had to search the park high and low with Pokecom in hand. Yeah, I had a feeling that was going to be the case. Yeah, I called it. Ended up finding it at the tip of the H2 rocket monument located at the park entrance. Well, probably one of the last places we would have looked, as usual. I never thought it would have been in such an obvious place. I kind of feel like I was played. But then again, that's probably why it was hidden in such an obvious place, because nobody would have thought to look there. Therefore, that is the art of hiding something. Granted, according to Sister Centipede, all of the flags had to be unlocked for an AR annotation to appear. And since you need the app in order to read them, that also counts as hidden. Fortunately for me, it now means that report number 2 is safe inside of my Pokecom. Of course, that's not the only thing in Kaito's Pokecom. That also explains why Irie, who is attached to the reports, is currently in my room. Obviously. Irie wants to see the outside world. You of all people should understand Irie's technical limitations, Kaito. And it also looks like the reports aren't the only thing that Irie is attached to. Oh, don't get her started, Kaito. There's one thing that Irie cherishes above all else, it's reading the weather report. And so I didn't warn you. You did this to yourself, Kaito. Just saying. And look who it is. Kai! There she is. Hello there, Akio. But, before we talk to you, I think, we check something. We'll look at that later. Let's see. Rokujiro. The hallway is totally flooded and I keep finding broken glass everywhere. This place really is a shithole. My poor wallet is after repairs is going to be just as empty as me. Well, you're the one who chose to renovate a broken, abandoned hotel there, Frau. Yeah, we'll send that one. Well, you are living in a bunch of ruins. Maybe you should move to a better place. Let's see, some emails from Juna. I hope from President that it was rough today. I'm glad you're okay. Are you okay, Kojiro-san? That was reckless of you. Indeed it was. Very reckless. Karate-senpai worried about me. Me likey. Come be my wife or my maid. Doo-hoo-hoo. Yeah, just going to ignore that. Oh. Huh. It seems like Subaru hasn't entirely given up his gimmick altogether. Hey everyone, it is August. Going out, make sure you drink a lot of water. Humans are just like robots. You have to do periodic maintenance to keep functioning. A promise from Mr. Pleiades. Last night in Tanegashima was disaster from the typhoon. Had some trouble, like the neighbor's son went missing, but glad he was okay after all. Well, we're grateful to your help, Kinichiro. Sorry for the trouble our son has caused. Thank you for the help. No problem. Our young daughter always needs help too. The feeling is mutual. Now that we've got those two on the way, let's go back to the report that we glimpsed just a moment ago from Taboo News. HUG malfunction accident. An HUG wearing mother kicks baby to death. Yeah, I think that Exco's stock is going to drop drastically after this debacle. It's horrible. Yes, it is. Very horrible. It's happening all over the world, not just in Japan. They should be ashamed. Exco needs to go out of business. Kicking your own baby to death because you wore an HUG suit for the lower half of your body is horrible. The mother had her full mental capabilities but couldn't stop it. My tears won't stop. As a person who has a child, I can't stand these tragedies. Hey, the mother was just plain stupid. You can take HUG off easily. She could have just taken it off if she thought something was up. I wonder about that, Sodomust. I wonder. Wow, what a tragedy. If you're panicking, it won't matter how easy it is to take off. You won't be able to by yourself. People bashing on mother are crazy. Go to a hospital. I feel like if an HUG kicked at full power, even an adult would die instantly, let alone a baby. It depends if it was a soccer kick or if it was like stomping. First of all, isn't this incident from over 3 years ago? Why is the media bringing up this accident again? Sounds like they just want to blame Exco. Just means that these kind of accidents were getting covered up. Yeah. The real hell starts now. All the past accidents are going to be revealed. Yeah, she's still there. How do we can't have a one? Well, I would actually like to read the Kimijima report, but hold on. I'm being stupid. We could just look through documents. There's report number one marked as read. Let's read report number 2. See what's going on. The secret society placed pressure on NASA as one whose ranks consist of a mere 300. It is the organization that is believed to control the world from the shadows. Their existence is said to not extend past the realm of rumor, but allow me to be perfectly clear. The ones known as the Invisible Rulers, the Committee of 300, undeniably exist. Almost the entire world bends to their will, be it governments, state agencies, police, military, royalty, large corporations, particularly banking enterprises, and any other institutions that are vital to society's function. They control all the necessary mediums that are vital to society's construction. Naturally, this includes NASA as well. This is how they managed to continually suppress all information regarding the Ulysses project that I mentioned earlier. Falsifying official NASA documents is easier than lifting a finger for the Committee of 300. In 1994, the Tavistock Institute made national headlines when it announced its official partnership with NASA on a major program. Of course, Tavistock operates under the Committee of 300 as well. They are often referred to by the committee as the Brainwashing Institute. According to official US documentation, Tavistock conspired with intelligence agencies of various countries in order to broadcast propaganda on a daily basis. It would be appropriate to dub this a form of mass brainwashing. The issue lies in the fact that those affected are rarely made aware that they have been and continue to be brainwashed. And before they ever come to realize such, they've already become livestock for the One World Order, the Committee of 300's true goal. I do wonder how many of the people that walk the earth are aware of the Human Domestication Project. But regardless of my musings, the project exists and is still progressing even now. It would not be wrong to surmise that the prototype version of the project is being tested around the world. Various experiments are secretly but certainly being carried out through daily life. This danger is not one we may avert our eyes from. Paid special attention to Kagome Kagome. The song serves as a sort of symbol to them. Wherever they experiment, that song will undoubtedly be present. The Human Domestication Project is the ultimate goal that the Committee of 300 has been dreaming of for nearly 100 years. They wish to establish a one world order, a unified world government, by cleaving the world's population down to 1 billion people, it is currently 6 billion as of 2009, and transforming all that remain into cattle that shall be exploited until death in the service of the elite. Those billion people will never be made aware of their enslavement due to the utilization of propaganda. In truth, they may even express gratitude to their rulers. Oh, there's more. There's a hell of a lot more. November 12th, 2009. I created Irie to investigate the activity of the Committee of 300. She's a bot that collects any information that is related to the keyword Committee of 300 indiscriminately. Recently, there's been an extraordinary amount of feedback originating from the Shibuya earthquake area. The earthquake that occurred there may well have been one of their experiments as well, but it's doubtful whether I will even live to analyze the information my bot has collected. Well, there is a lot to be digested in this report. First and foremost, this may be new for some people, but for me, our old enemies, the Committee of 300, have resurfaced yet again. The controlling factor behind the scenes. And more importantly, we finally know why Kimijima developed Irie in the first place. To scope out the committee's activities. But also an interesting callback to the events of Chaos Head 10 years ago. We don't need to read report number 1 again. So yeah, that was a lot to take in, but it pretty much means that Kaito's efforts by weathering the storm last night were entirely worth it. But now we have to weather a completely different storm now, that of Akio Sonomiya. A loud childhood friend comes storming into my room without knocking. Though I guess I have no right to complain about that. Yeah, because after all, you were the one that made her come save you to begin with. Especially considering I always barge into her room. Indeed. Ruh-roh. She's pissed. What are you, Scooby-Doo now, Kaito?
よく気づいたね。
And again with the, again with this. And now I have to fix my hair before doing the rounds.
昨日あれだけたくさんの人を心配させといて何考えてるの？
別にまた鉄塔に登ったわけじゃないんだし、それくらいいいじゃない。
でも病院から戻ってくるなりいなくなるなんて。
You may not believe me when I say this, Akio, but trust me when I say it's very important that we
う
did
ちのお
so.
母さんなんてまた探しに出ようとしてたくらいなんだからね。
それはごめん。後で謝りに行くよ。でも、どうしても手に入れたいものもあってさ。
There's no avoiding this. I think it's time to let Akio know what we've been up to, Kaito.
手に入れたいものって何？
それは言えないな。
昨日助けてあげたじゃん。
Indeed you did.
それとこれとは話は別だよ。知りたいなら勝負する？
もういい。
Akio turns away, offended. We're going to have to let her know sooner or later, Kaito. I really want to avoid letting my friends in on this report stuff. It's sketchy and I don't want them involved. Kaito, with the committee of 300 around, we're all involved, whether we like it or not. Juno's the only one who does know, and she's only aware of report number 1. I'm not telling her about the rest.
So それにしても昨日のアキちゃん、正義のヒーローみたいだったよ。本当にありがとう。
There's that much we can do.
別にお礼なんていいよ。うちとカイはアネモネ号の事件があった時から一心同体なんだから。
And like that, the storm that is Akio Tsunomiya has passed.
うちだって何度もカイに助けられてきたし、お互い様でしょ。
She's right. Ever since we got diagnosed with elephant mouse syndrome, we've been helping each other. We basically do everything together. When one of us is having an attack, the other looks after them. Well, I consider myself Akio's guardian of sorts. She always saves my butt when I have an attack.
そう言ってもらえると助かるよ。
でもあんまり単独行動しないこと。昨日だって探すの大変だったんだから。
なるべく努力するよ。
You say that, but we still have more reports to find.
あと隠し事も禁止。
はいはい。
He says with his fingers crossed behind his back. I can't promise her that. I want to locate the rest of the Kimijima reports on my own if possible. I don't think that is going to be possible.
ねえ、カイ。 昨日台風なのにあの鉄塔に登ったのも欲しいものがあったから。
She maybe in her head at times, Kaito, but there are times in which Akio is frighteningly astute.
まあね。でもそれが何なのかは教えてあげない。
Of course, if we don't tell her, it's a very good chance that she might find out from another source. That would be the worst case scenario.
お兄ちゃんもアキホも喧嘩はやめてください。
Then again, having said that,
こういう時は天気予報を聞いてゆったりしましょう。
looks like we have an out in the form of Irie. Akio is clearly dumbfounded by Irie's voice. She looks around the room in a panic.
今日8月1日の沖縄県与那国島地方のお天気は南の風、晴れでしょう。
That's good to know, Irie. Good to know that we'll have some nice weather.
沖縄県石垣島地方のお天気は南の風、晴れでしょう。カイ、女の子の声が聞こえるよ。
Yeah, we're going to have to explain that to her, Kaito.
愛梨ちゃんがいるからね。
いるってどこに？
Take a guess.
ここに。
愛梨って幽霊だったんだ。
俺が一通り説明するのも面倒だから、愛梨ちゃんさ、アキちゃんに何がどうなってるか話してあげてくれない？
でもお兄ちゃん、天気予報が聞きたいって。
Oh, right now we have other issues we need to address.
そんなの後でいいから。ちなみに愛梨ちゃんは屋内じゃ何にも見えないらしいから、アキちゃん悪いけど外で話聞いてきてくれる？
Yeah, don't bother trying to understand how that works. I'm not clear about it myself, considering the fact that I'm pretty sure that a Pokécom would have a camera that Irie can use to see inside.
外に出てイルを起動すればわかるよ。
わかった。
Akio is about to exit the room, a puzzled look on her face.
それとカイ、今日は部活休んでもいいからちゃんと休むことわかった？
Oh, thank you kindly for that.
じゃあノッチよ。
Nocchio to you too. Akio departs.
じゃあお言葉に甘えて。
Yeah, you're gonna need it, Kaito. After I do the rounds, I'll just chill for the rest of the day. I'll have plenty of time to read Kimijima Report No.2 after that. Yeah, I already beat you to the punch there, Kaito. But feel free to peruse it at your leisure later on. You're gonna need to be brought up to speed, my friend. But anyway, a day of relaxing. Maybe. Unless Kaito's mother has anything to say about it. I get the feeling that things have gotten hotter since the typhoon passed through. Yeah, I think the mugginess factor is set in here. After all that rain. I wipe the sweat off my cheeks and sit in the middle of the runway. On the hot asphalt. Akio should be in the middle of building her robot in the hangar, supposedly. I didn't hear the details of what she'd be working on specifically, but yeah. Either way, I'm going to be staying far away from all of that. Akio and Subaru can handle it. That's if Hiromi doesn't find out that Subaru is here again. My back is still sore from my Metal Tower adventure, so I'd have preferred to stay home and play KB. But I still have to read Kimijima Report No.2, since yesterday I've mixed feelings about it. You can't ignore it forever, Kaito. You're going to have to see it for your own eyes. With your own eyes, I should say. I want to read it, but there's a part of me that I preferred to stay ignorant. Well, unfortunately for me, I've already tread the path of no return. No ignorance for me, I'm
しょうがない。
afraid.
見ますよ。
Yeah, I could have left. I could have waited until later for Kaito to read it, but I wanted to get it out of the way beforehand myself, because my curiosity knows no bounds on that front. I make sure to confirm that nobody is around before turning my Pokecom on. Brace yourself, Kaito. It's a very long report, but a very important one. Also, the different reports are color-coded, so they don't change color once they've been read. They're just different colors for each report. But if you want, we can read this again. We already know the gist of it. Yeah. Committee of 300 is not to be trifled with. I mean, people have trifled with them in the past, but also actually returning to one detail. Oh, I didn't want to do that. I made a mistake there. Yeah. Pay special attention to Kagome Kagome. That children's melody that we heard in the Minamitane community center in the basement there, where the KGI machine is operating. Yeah. So that place was an outpost for the Committee of 300. Yeah. The first report might have seemed like conspiracy gobbledygook, but the second report is far too topical to be simply dismissed, Kaito. My throat is bone dry. I gulp in an attempt to relieve the pain. Probably should have brought some water with you there. The Committee of 300. Indeed. The Tavistock Institute. The Human Domestication Project. All of this nonsensical conspiracy theory mumbo-jumbo means nothing to me. It's totally unrealistic. Oh, trust me, Kaito. Committee of 300 is about as realistic as it gets. I can't say I'm remotely interested in any of it. Your interest, sadly, doesn't factor into this, Kaito Yashio. But there is one particular bit here that draws my attention. And of course is the piece, I don't know. Yeah. Kagome, Kagome. Those words popped up randomly in the middle of this mess. And because of them, and it's because of them that I can't just dismiss this report as some kind of delusional conspiracy. Yeah, so any institution that plays Kagome Kagome is an installation of the committee. As I just said before. I literally just heard that nursery rhyme the day before yesterday. And that creepy room on the first floor at the community center, there was a cassette there with Kagome Kagome recorded on it. It's as if the Kimijima of 10 years ago is reading my mind. Well, not so much that. But he definitely knew what was up. Anticipating the future.
やれやれ。
What the hell's up with Kagome Kagome? Did the Committee of 300 put pressure on worldwide Pokemon distributors so that they would pre-install that ringtone? And then they went through all the trouble of making that weird call all at once. Pretty tame as far as propaganda goes, and I certainly don't feel like I've been brainwashed. What exactly is the perpetrator's goal? I think that's already been laid out by Ko in the report there. But this is only the second
Kagomeに
report.
ついて詳しいのは純ちゃんか。
And she did. Now on to the bit about Irie. Plus Irie, or I guess Sister Centipede, is supposedly a bot that auto-searches for the term Committee of 300. I wonder what will happen if we actually inquire to Irie about the Committee of
愛理ちゃん、い
300.
る？
Seems like Kaito's on the same page. There's a slight delay between when I call for her and when she appears.
はーい。
Hello, Irie.
お天気ですか？お天気知りたいですか？
Not this time, I'm afraid.
別に。
We have something else
そう
to
ですか。
discuss. It's honestly kind of weird that she responds to me so quickly. Does that mean she's always wandering around nearby? Maybe. Possibly. She can move freely within... She can move about freely within a 109.3 meter radius of my Pokecom, so it'd be nice if she ventured out a bit. I guess it's not like she's physically close or far. Maybe she can reply quickly regardless of where she is. At any rate, as long as I don't have IOUO running, she won't talk to me, so it's not that bad. I tap on Irie to summon Sister Centipede. Yeah. We need your expertise.
ゲジネーモードに移行します。
300人委員会について教えてよ。
Yeah, consider this a need-to-know basis. A really need-to-know basis.
エラー。ヤシオさんにはその情報にアクセスする権限は与えられていません。
I hit her straight on with a question, but she immediately shoots me down.
アクセスする場合にはマスターの許可をお取りください。
Well, that isn't gonna happen anytime soon on account that Ko is dead.
マスターはもういないじゃないか。
ログイン許可を取ったフォンドロイドのみがアクセスできます。
So I guess that means we might have to hunt for the other reports after all, not that we ever really had any doubt or choice. Maybe in one of the final reports, Ko has instilled special access that might allow for acquiring that information from Sister Centipede. It's a bit of a guess and a gamble on my part, but it's all we got.
全く何にも教えてくれないわけ？
300人委員会の実態については未だ謎に包まれています。詳細はゲジネーでも把握できていません。
メンバーは誰かとかわかる？
末席については入れ替わりは頻繁に起きているとゲジネーは推測します。
That does not surprise me in the least, Sister Centipede. There is always a high turnover rate in the lower echelons when it comes to the Committee of 300.
ただしこれは自称300人委員会のメンバーが多すぎることに起因した誤った認識である可能性もあります。
Whereas the true controllers behind the committee are always well protected.
自称してる人ってそんなにいるの？
世界中に星の数ほども。
I wouldn't necessarily go that far.
具体的には誰が自称してるかわかる？
これ以上の情報公開についてはマスターの許可をお取りください。
Without those access keys, we're at a dead end, literally.
肝心なところがわからないんじゃな。
I've got nothing to go on here.
最近思うんだけどさ、 ゲジネってあんまり使えないね。
Kaito speaking his mind as usual.
申し訳ありません。ですがゲジネーはヤシオさんの役に立つことよりもマスターの指示に忠実であることを重視しています。
Is that right?
ゲジネーを終了します。
And she shuts herself off this time round. And I'm pretty sure that Irie doesn't know anything about the committee either.
お兄ちゃん、今日はこの後どこに行くんですか？
その辺を散歩しておいで。
Farewell, Irie. After casually brushing off Irie, I close IUO. If I can't get anything useful out of Sister Centipede, I'll consult with our resident urban legend maniac. I'm just gonna make sure to keep the reports on the hush. It's a risky business. Akio might be more than little inquisitive. Unfortunately, said expert Juna is nowhere to be found. He's usually on the runway practicing a kata or whatever. Doesn't look like she's here. Maybe she is, maybe she isn't. Is she in the hangar? I'll give her a ring.
大徳純奈をコール。
ヤシオくん、どうしたの？
Judging by the fact that Gunbuild 1 is behind her, I would say yes. Juna Daitako is in the hangar.
今どこ？
車庫だよ。車庫じゃなくてハンガーだよ。ごめん。
And Akio is nearby, obviously.
ハンガー。
滑走路にいるからちょっと来てくれない？それとも忙しい？
ちょっと。
Oh, did Akio finally give Juno a job to do? Maybe, considering the fact that there's still a lot of work to be done.
カイ、話があるならそっちが来ればいいでしょ。すぐ近くなんだから。
まあいいや。ちょっと話したいから手が空いたら来てよ。待ってるから。
Nice save there, Kaito. Sarcasm, by the way, but I digress. You're not wrong, but I don't want the others hearing our conversation. After about 15 minutes, Juna comes jogging out to the runway.
お待たせ。
There she is, but we'll talk later with Juna. So when we return, adventurers, Kaito will bring Juna Daitoga up to speed concerning the contents of the second Kimijima Report. As always, until next we meet.